Hey, this is Dave with OC Astronomy. I am at Greenwich, England, and I'm gonna be going through a few things today, including the observatory and the museum, and talking about some stuff for our astronomy class. And I hope you find the tour enjoyable, as I will. It's raining though, cats and dogs, so I'm getting a little bit wet. I'm gonna get out of here. Bye. All right, the sun is starting to come out, and we're here at the Prime Meridian line. So you can see the tourists are lining up, getting 1 foot on either side of the Prime Meridian line. And if you have right foot and left foot, you could be standing in the eastern and western hemispheres on either side of zero. Of course, the line is actually kind of ceremonial. It's not always correct because the Earth is wobbling, and well, the zero line is kind of arbitrary, but there has been a little bit of shift. So I'm not sure if that line is completely honest about being exactly on the zero line. But hey, it's a symbolic thing anyway. You're here at the part of the world where east and west go different directions. There's also over here a thing called a camera obscura. It is it's like a peephole camera, but it lets you it has a lens in it too. We'll try and go inside there and see what it looks like. Hey. So inside the camera obscura room, you actually see a real-time view of what's happening down there. So you've got a pinhole camera and a set of mirrors that projects the image onto a round table on a flat white table and allows you to see what's going on. You can even see some boats on the river, see a real-time image of it. Pretty cool.
Because they had one of the I think it was the National Gallery. Oh, yeah. They had one of the, I think it was the National Gallery, this house that's set up like a doll's house. And you look through the camera obscura. It's fascinating. Very disorientating. This is real time.
So I know it's a touristy thing to do, but I'm gonna do it anyway. This is the Prime Meridian line, and had to do a quick straddle, even if it is a little bit symbolic. But it's still pretty cool though. Got you are at 00 longitude. This device is called a Mural Transit or transit telescope quadrant, and it would, as you see, it's mounted fixed to a wall. So if you were looking to find a star's position, you would move the little telescope sight tube along this arc. And by having a very long arc, it made it more accurate. And the readings you could take from the mechanism there in the box would give you very precise measurements of its coordinates. Take a quick look at the box. You can see the very fine gradations, and there's also a fine resolution scale on it, so you can actually see there's wheels on it, and there's tracks on here where it was used as the brass mechanism slid across each other. And there was your sight tube. This is used by Edmund Halley. Halley's Comet. So this is called the Bradley Transit Room. There is a transit telescope here. You'll notice that the shutters only open in one line, and that is the Meridian line. So as the stars came overhead, they would use clock to time them, and you could, between the time they crossed and then their position north and south, you can make a very accurate star atlas. You can see here, here's a chair where you might sit, and he could even lean himself back if he needed to for a good position. And this is how you can make a very accurate star atlas. And you don't need to move the telescope left and right, you just up and down, and you let the Earth rotate, and that's what brings the stars across your field of view. And then based on the time that happens on this very accurately set clock, you get the coordinates of the star in right ascension. It's called a transit telescope. So here's another way to observe on the Meridian line. This slot in the roof opens up, and you notice it's directly in line with where the tourists are standing. And then you make your observations directly as the stars come across this line. So this is the actual business end of the Meridian Transit Telescope. It's larger than Bradley's, and so the seating position is actually down here, and then the telescope is there. And it looked up and out that line, the line in the sky where the shutters would open, and they would measure star positions as they are on a prime meridian. Great equatorial telescope. So this is obviously a much larger instrument. It has an equatorial mounting for our current latitude, which is England, 64 degrees. You can see there the shutter opens, and this is a proper dome. It has gearing in the tracks for the track to rotate. So they can point this one anywhere in the sky. And the business end is down here on the ground. You can see it's a massive construction. So this is what's inside the dome at the top of Greenwich Observatory.